soon as you get into this field, you find out that about some huge proportion, a quarter, half, depends who you cite, of chronic disease is diet-related and preventable. And so if we just fixed it, our whole economy would be better, our health would be better, our quality of life would be better.
A lot of people want to eat healthy, you know, and a lot of times, like the processed stuff, the fast food stuff, is just a matter of convenience. And I think once you kind of get to that point of like learning about your food and learning about like where it's coming from and cooking with stuff that you might not have cooked with before, you know, it opens you up to it. And I almost feel like it's hard to then go back to, you know, to like eating unhealthy or eating, you know, making that routine of like, I'm going out all the time or I'm eating fast food all the time. We all have to eat, right? And like, I always like the idea of kind of knowing where your food comes from, getting to know the farmers directly, being able to talk to people that can give you like direct answers about the size of their farms, what they're farming, the process, you know, basically like all the minutia that comes with that.
We don't use fake fertilizers. We try to like always lean towards the natural side of the whole system, right?
Or at least, you know, even the stuff that's like traditionally farmed, it's smaller farms. It's, you know, directly going like you spend the money and it's going directly into the small farmers' hands. You know, our main focus is on the farms and the farmers. So, you know, they're the main reason we're here. They're our main focus.
Non-GMO is like a silly thing to have to label. And organic is a silly thing because our grandparents, just their generation, called this stuff food. It was food. It was just as food as the stuff that we buy today, but we grew up without even knowing. Like, I grew up not knowing tomatoes had one season. You know, just blind to that. Like, oh yeah, McDonald's has it all the time. But you take a step back, it's like, where does McDonald's get those tomatoes all the time? You know? Where do they come from? And it's not just here in Palo Alto McDonald's, it's like worldwide McDonald's. And like, if you think about it at that scale, you're like, oh my gosh, like, why and how and where does all this food come from? It must come from somewhere, and somebody's suffering because I want a 99-cent burger.
You know, as opposed to, you know, shopping at like at a chain, you know, like where, you know, they're all going through factory farms. You know, it's just like more of your ethics and like what you care about. You know, like where is this food coming from? You know, who is making it? Who's growing it? And who does it benefit? You know, is it some faceless corporation that owns these farms, or is it like a person that you have the potential of actually speaking directly to, you know, just on any given market day? You know, you could, the person that's at the booth could potentially be the owner. You know, sometimes they do come in and like, and they'll work that day, you know, and it's just having that connection to the farm and to the food. You know, it's really directly like farm to table, you know.